Hey there, I'm John,
And I'm Josh.
and we are going to be talking about 2019 college football season. We are up to week 5, so we're going to preview the
Crazy.
upcoming week. We did have one of our viewers that commented and said, why are we spending so much time talking about the Pac-12? Why not focus on the SEC? My response was that the SEC is just playing junk games right now. And so, yeah, they're putting up huge yards, but it really is not. They're not important games. And the Pac-12, they seem to beat each other up left and right.
Yeah. And as of right now,
they
the
seem
only
more comparable.
the only SEC teams to talk about because they're it's such a gap right now in the SEC. There's LSU, Alabama, Auburn, Florida. I guess you can put Texas A&M in there. Everyone else,
In Tennessee.
they're kind of crap. Yeah, it's not like the SEC's a pass. So
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But let's start off with the SEC.
There you go.
All right. So, and this is not even everybody. Okay, maybe the biggest danger with this game is everybody's overlooking it.
It's not
making
a
a
danger.
monstrous assumption that
Yeah.
this game is done. It's Ole Miss at number 2 Alabama, and so the expectation is that Alabama's just going to blow them out.
Yeah, Ole Miss just lost to California by 8, 28-20. That's like their second loss of the season. They beat 2 nobody teams. They don't have the talent that they used to have. They're going to get absolutely blown out.
So you think there's going to be any more of this?
Yeah. So there was a video of 2 Alabama receivers doing rock, paper, scissors to see who could go for the long ball. They're just going out there and having fun and still absolutely destroying teams right now.
Yeah.
So until Alabama really faces an opponent, it's not really worth talking about them too much.
All right, now let's talk about the Pac-12 real
There you
quick. Washington State, after that crazy loss last week to UCLA, they're going to be going to Utah, playing the Utes, number 19 Utes. And what's that going to look like?
All I know is Washington's quarterback already has almost 2,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions.
Yeah, almost 500 yards a game so far.
Absolutely mind-blowing. Like, the kid can do whatever he wants to do. And I think Utah's not going to be able to stop him.
No.
Utah had all this hype at the beginning of the season.
Wait, does that make this an
I
upset?
don't really consider this an upset. I think Utah is fairly overrated.
Okay.
I just don't see Utah winning. I don't think they're even partially as good as people think they are. The fact that anyone ever even hinted that they could be a playoff team is absolutely ridiculous. Get your mind out of the gutter. Pay attention to the Pac-12. Come on. Like, what's happening?
All right, so by Pac-12, let's go to the ACC and talk about number 1 Clemson is going to have a tough fight against the North Carolina Tar Heels, right?
I think this game is more worth mentioning just because Trevor Lawrence right now looks like a below-average quarterback.
Yeah.
Not doing anything, completely relying on just his defense, and I mean he can. They're an incredible defense.
And we know he's a good quarterback. I honestly think this is about the competition he's facing. There's just no reason to show. I mean, what is there to get excited about?
That's fair. Clemson wins by 40.
Yeah, I would think so. And then we're going to talk about a ranked game, and this is number 18 Virginia is going to go to number 10 Notre Dame in South Bend and play them. So Virginia is 4-0 coming into this one.
I think this is a big game for Notre Dame. They just competed with Georgia.
Just had a loss to Georgia.
It was a close game. They honestly played very well. Virginia hasn't really done anything too much this year. They beat FSU, who's talented but very poorly coached.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably one of their biggest wins so far. But Notre Dame's winning this in my mind. Like, I don't see how Virginia is going to be able to compete with Notre Dame.
And we don't have this one down to talk about, but North Carolina State's playing FSU this week. And so what do you think is going to happen with that one?
State, I would believe that FSU would win it. I think they're slowly starting to figure things out.
All right. Once more, jump back to the Pac-12 real quick.
This is a good game.
It's a ranked game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have number 21 Southern Cal is going to be playing number 17 UW. And so they're going to be at home with them. And so what do you think is going to happen with this one?
Yeah, Washington's only loss.
Colorado, right?
Or is it California? It's one of the C teams up there in the Pac-12.
We'll put that on the screen.
Yeah, but all I know is it was I think it was California. It was like 2019. It was a 1-point game.
Yeah.
Disappointing loss. They've absolutely steamrolled everyone else that they played so far. Including, and this is the big thing for me, BYU, who beat Southern Cal. I mean, they steamrolled BYU. It wasn't even close. The game was over. Defense, offense, doesn't matter. Washington absolutely demolishes Southern Cal.
Okay. All right. And now let's go to the Big 12. You have number 24, Kansas State. Looks like they're going in as the underdog to play Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Oklahoma State is one of the only teams with 1,000 yards passing already and 1,000 yards rushing.
On the ground. Yeah.
Quality offense. What they beat?
But they haven't
Mississippi
been
State.
That's
who Kansas State beat.
Kansas State they did beat Ole Miss.
And then Oklahoma State just lost barely to Texas.
Yeah.
I gotta go with OSU.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it could be a close one. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a blow-away, but it should be interesting to see.
I agree.
And then we've got Big Ten. We have Penn State's going to be playing Maryland, and so that's Penn State's number 12 ranked right now. The thing about Penn State being number 12 ranked is they really haven't played anybody. They really haven't been tested.
They haven't earned that ranking yet. It was the preseason ranking that they had. So they were already in top 15 in preseason, so they've just kept it until they lose. Can Maryland do that? They both have bye weeks before this game. Maryland coming off of a loss to Temple barely.
Yeah.
Pitt almost beat Penn State.
Yes.
17-10.
Yeah.
I think if Maryland's offense can figure out what they did wrong against Temple, they can compete.
Yeah.
I think Penn State wins.
I think Maryland have some of what they need to do it, but can they do it?
I don't think so. I think Penn State wins.
All right. Another Big Ten. You have, and this is a game day for ESPN. You have number 5 Ohio State's going to be going to the Cornhuskers from Nebraska.
At first, I was like, maybe this could be a game. Okay, so Nebraska lost to Colorado. I'll give them a pass for that. Colorado isn't necessarily an awful team.
No,
they lost by 3.
They're not awful.
They almost lost to Illinois last week.
Yeah,
I think it was a 5-point, 6-point game.
That's
super high scoring.
Going off.
Ohio State's going to have a field day.
Yeah.
They're going to be mocking that Nebraska crowd the entire game. This isn't even... The fact that game day is even taking the time to show up to this is just an embarrassment for Nebraska already.
It's just amazing. I think the game day announcers, by halftime, they're going to be bored.
Yeah, let's hope there's some other game for them to talk about going on at the same time, because let me tell you, I'm not watching that one.
All right, now, let's talk about upsets.
All right, I was 2 for 2 last week.
You had your upsets last week, so what about this week?
I'm going with Arizona State at California. Number 15, California.
Which you definitely like being with the Pac-12. So.
I do, and so far they've done me good. They're helping me out here.
There we go.
So Arizona State lost to Colorado in a close match.
Yep.
California, fairly untested besides Washington.
Yes.
They lost to 1, or beat Washington by 1. They just beat a crappy Ole Miss team by 8. I don't know. Washington's been slipping up against Cal the past 3 years, so I don't think that's necessarily something to they just have Washington's number. I don't think that necessarily makes them a quality team.
Mm-hmm.
I think Arizona State wins this very close game.
Okay.
Now,
I think it's a possibility.
Less confident about this one.
All right.
Definitely
so now
less
we're going to go to the SEC.
Now, first off, I would like to apologize.
Uh-oh.
Because I know a number of people who watch this are
Tiger
War
fans.
Eagle. But I honestly think that this little dream high that Auburn's on, they're all of a sudden maybe we're not a basketball school. I don't know. Bo Nix, he is winning the games when it matters. But as far as the way he looks, it's probably the most unflashy, he's scraping by, gets what needs to be done. I'm pretty sure he threw for only 100 yards in his last game.
If he did, it was only 100 yards.
I just can't see...
He's doing something
I don't know.
right.
He's obviously doing something right.
right.
And, I could be wrong about this, but eventually I think Auburn's going to slip up, and I'm going on a limb and saying it's against Mississippi State, whose only loss is to Kansas State by 7.
Yeah, it was a very close one.
It was.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I know it's at Auburn. I know people are going to be devastated if it does happen because they're like, we've got it. We're winning everything this year.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. We'll see. Bo Nix, good luck. I do love seeing freshman quarterbacks do so great early on.
It's fun. It is.
Hopefully for Auburn's sake, they don't lose. I have this feeling that they might lose this one.
Okay. All right. So that's our Week 5 preview. And so join us when we look what happened with this week.